Friends Explained, Season 1, Episode 19. The One Where the Monkey Gets Away. We're 19 episodes into Friends Season 1. Ross has been pining for Rachel since day one, and tonight he finally has a plan. Wine, alone time, a confession. Meanwhile, Rachel is babysitting Marcel, Ross's capuchin monkey, who is actually an illegal exotic pet, a fact Ross has never told anyone, not even his friends. When Marcel escapes the apartment, the romantic evening turns into a citywide monkey hunt that drags up Rachel's mean girl high school past.
So Rachel gets a country club newsletter from her mom. Engagement announcements for inspiration, naturally. And right there on the page, Barry and Mindy. Her ex-fiancé is marrying her former maid of honor.
That stings, no matter how sure you are about leaving. She gave up the safe, boring life because there was no spark, and she knows she made the right call. But seeing him move on that fast with her friend, that's a gut punch.
And Ross is right there when Rachel starts talking about wanting someone who's both your best friend and can make your toes curl. He's practically vibrating, starts building toward a confession, and Monica walks in and kills it.
The universe has a restraining order against that man confessing his feelings.
So he makes a real plan, leaves Marcel with Rachel for the day, picks up a bottle of wine. Tonight's the night. But Marcel poops in Monica's shoe, the clunky ones she thinks go with everything. Rachel gets distracted by a soap opera, and the monkey just wanders out.
Not a great pet sitter, is she? Now the whole group has to find Marcel before Ross gets home.
Joey and Chandler are searching floor by floor, and they knock on a door where two women need help with a radiator. Chandler's ready to ditch the monkey hunt.
Joey dragging them back on task is hilarious. He's usually the guy who'd chase that all night, but friend code kicks in. He gets them out the door, and then gets the women's phone number on the way. The man contains multitudes.
Meanwhile, Rachel panics and calls animal control. Worst possible move. Marcel is an illegal exotic animal, and Ross never told anyone. If they find him, they confiscate him permanently.
How do you not mention that? An illegal pet in a New York apartment and nobody gets a heads up? And then Ross goes full scorched earth on Rachel. The whole vintage Rachel routine, like she's too self-absorbed to be trusted with anything. That's rich from the guy who never mentioned the monkey was illegal.
And it gets worse. The animal control officer is Luisa, who went to Lincoln High with Monica and Rachel, sat behind them in homeroom for 4 straight years. They have absolutely zero memory of her.
Rachel's mean girl past coming back to bite her is one of the best tensions this season. You don't get to be prom queen without collateral damage, and Luisa remembers every single ignored morning.
Luisa gives Monica a pass. She was the heavy kid, had her own problems back then. But Rachel? Direct target. The charm offensive fails completely. In the basement, Phoebe and Monica spot Marcel, but Luisa shows up with a tranquilizer gun, fires at the monkey, and the dart hits Phoebe right in the butt. Marcel escapes again.
Peak Phoebe. She didn't dodge, she just happened to be standing in the flight path. And then she's woozy on a bench trying to figure out why only half her body is working.
Ross and Rachel eventually trace Marcel to Mr. Heckles' apartment. He's ordered bananas, claims it's for potassium, and he's put Marcel in a pink tutu and given him a new name.
Does that man actually own anything? Just absorbing property into his own reality.
Then Luisa swoops in and cages Marcel. Looks like it's over. But Rachel pulls out the one card she has, threatens to call Luisa's supervisor about shooting a civilian with a tranquilizer dart. Straight up blackmail, and it works.
And honestly, good for Rachel. She caused this mess, but she's the one who fixes it. That's growth. Messy, imperfect, slightly illegal growth, but still.
Ross gets Marcel back, forgives Rachel, and pours the wine. He starts the confession one more time, careful, gentle, building up to it. And Barry walks through the unlocked door and announces he's still in love with Rachel.
How does this keep happening to him? Wine open, mood set, Rachel actually listening, and her ex-fiancé just strolls in.
That's the whole season in one line.
At least this time no cat attack and no funeral drugs. Progress is relative.
Barry's reappearance complicates Rachel's love life and Ross's chances. Animal control now knows Marcel exists. That clock is ticking.